So, hello everyone, I'm Doug. I feel funny talking to myself here, but anyways, just so you know who I am, how to figure out how to cut that out of there. And this is the pole barn. Let's see if I get this camera turned around. It doesn't want to. But I've figured that out. I'm here in Michigan. As you can see, it's snowy and a little chilly today. 3 days ago it was 60 degrees and then it snowed, and you know, it's February and March. Right now it's March. Anyways, at the pole barn. This used to be my wood shop. You can see I've got all this, but I've recently acquired this 29 Model A two-door, and she does not sit outside in the winter. And I had to move my shop from a recent venture I had. All this stuff was out there with that car, and I had no room whatsoever. But this ceiling is insulated and the walls are insulated. The only reason I didn't put the car in here is because that ceiling out there is not insulated. Right now I'm in the process of putting benches in, trying to figure out where I want all my equipment. You know, so y'all can get motion sickness like I do when I watch you guys move a camera around. But anyways, I've had that since, whatever year 9/11 happened. That's when I bought that lathe. And I used it a few times, and maybe 20 times since then. But I've been watching videos, and it started off with this one somebody shared on Facebook, and then it led to this and led to that, and I thought, hey, I got that, I can get it going. Yeah, it's not a cheap thing to play with. All those tools at Robert Sorby's came with it. There's some more laying on the table. They're foot, I think. Those also came with it. And the biggest problem was I didn't have any way to sharpen it. But hang on a second, let me shut that off. Yeah, that's how I'm heating it right now. But it's 70 degrees, that's set on a thermostat. But anyways, this is what I got going. I think the video that I first watched was Andy Phillips, and he was doing a Heath Knuckles knockoff. I think it was called the Blue Planet Sphere. And I went to YouTube and watched it because somebody shared it on Facebook, you know. And then Heath Knuckles came up, and then Nick over there at NZ Wood Turning, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, was doing one with a dandelion in a pot. And I watched it, and I was like, he's pretty funny, you know. So I went back to his video collection and watched him from the beginning. Now, if you watch him from the beginning, he was a beginner, and all the trials and errors that he went through, but he stuck with it. And then I don't know how to explain it. He gets better, I guess, and his presence gets better. I feel how it was awkward at the moment talking to myself to this camera. But anyways, I decided I'm gonna turn something. I got a lathe, and that'll get me out of the house and out from in front of that computer. You know, because that's all I'm doing all winter. It's cold. And yeah, I watched that, and then I went into ink pens, and I was watching Bob over at RJB Woodturner. Now Bob explains a lot, very informative videos, and now I'm an ink pen junkie, and like that thing's calling me right now. I've turned an ink pen every day. It's addicting. But, you know, it's the whole learning how to sharpen those tools. If they're not sharp, it isn't any fun because nothing's happening. But we plan on doing more than just wood turning. We've got some other projects. I am a finished carpenter. I am not a turner. I am learning. Be nice to me. I'll figure it out. I'm also a welder. That's out in the other room. My wife's got some things she wants to do, and I think we're going to give her this section of the shop back here for what she wants to do. I'm not quite sure what all that entails, but it's going to be more about the woodworking, or the pole barn projects. How's that? Not specific to any one thing. It's whatever we happen to do in here. My biggest issue with all this is, at one point I took a job in a high-end cabinet shop, and we did more than just cabinets, but I did it as a career, and it kind of turned me off to doing it. I started off watching, oh boy, Norm Abrams and New Yankee Workshop way back when. And so pretty much Norm Abrams was my hero. And you know, I got into the woodworking thing with a router, a radial arm saw, and a little itty bitty table saw is how I started. And I used my router for a joiner and all that good stuff. And you know, now I got one, it's sitting right there. Don't use it very often, but I found I'm using it for pen blanks. Makes them nice and flat. But anyways, that's how I started into this 20-some years ago. But then I did it for a living, and that kind of put the poo-poos on how I felt about it, you know, and you step away from it. It's no longer any fun when you do it for a living. I know I'm just looking at this stuff because it's all crowded in the corner. But anyways, my plan today is to finish this up and figure out what I want in here. I need to move the power from there down this wall because I have no power whatsoever on that wall. Somehow. I think I'm just gonna unhook the wire and run it down here into another box and run another one back up to that AC unit in case I want it out here in the summer. And I don't know, it's a process. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with anything. I'm in a 16 by 18 square with 10-foot ceilings. It's a little small, but it is insulated on the ceiling, all the walls, and it'd be easier to keep warm when we want to work out here. So I'm looking forward to trying to put some videos out. I need to figure out how to do that. Pretty much computer illiterate, you know. I could take the engine out of your car, rip it apart, put every nut and bolt in a 5-gallon bucket. 2 weeks later, put it back together and know where everything goes. But I can't figure out how to upload a video, edit it, and present it. So I'm trying to keep this one short. I'm watching the time so that I can just straight up upload it and put it on. But it takes forever. I'm out here in the country. Our internet isn't very good here. So it takes a long time. I actually upload it faster with my phone than I can with the hard line in the house. So, but anyways, hopefully y'all like what we're doing in here, if we can figure all this out and get it going. And I look forward to doing some of our projects and sharing them with you guys. Thanks for watching.